we're going to create a soft shadow using a new convert to image capability in Omega 3.0. So we'll start off with some vector text, and we'll create a drop shadow, and then we'll just fill it with black, just using all vectors. And for the drop shadow value, we'll make it fairly large, 0.3, to give it a nice offset. I just assigned it with a black fill. Now I'm using image and convert to image. I'm going to set my resolution to 100. Lower I typically find is better. And I'm going to start with a blur value of 70. We'll take a look at it. You notice that my vectors are still to front, so I'm going to select my original vectors and send them to back, and there are my results. Looks nice. And it's all reactionable. I can double click, get back to my text, change my font, change what the text says, and the effects are automatically regenerated. I can go to edit and show my reaction dialog box, and I can adjust my blur amount. So if I want more of a soft shadow, I can get back to that dialog box and adjust it. Another way to adjust the amount of soft shadow is by changing the tint of the original vectors and then going to edit and regenerate reaction. So the blur is applied to a lighter percentage tint. And I can still go in and adjust it even further in my reaction dialog box. So there are many ways to do it. Another thing to make note of is that larger objects, larger images require more blur. So I made it bigger, now I regenerated my reaction, and you notice it looks not as blurry. So I can go in and increase my amount. It does take longer as you get larger images and more blur. So multiple ways to adjust the amount of blur. You can also decrease your resolution, and that increases the blur factor basically. Even with the same Gaussian blur amount, if you decrease your resolution, you'll get a blurrier effect. And we'll just go in and adjust it again. It only takes a moment with Omega 3.0 and reaction.